What's up, y'all? Shake Shack just dropped 3 new hot dogs, and I had to try them out. So I got 4. I also got the OG, and wow, right off the bat, this is how you know Shake Shack is a little bit sus. They had no options for condiments, but they gave me like 20 packets of ketchup, so we don't need that over here, man. We don't do ketchup. I don't usually gatekeep, but sometimes I just have to. So what do we got here? We have 1 regular hot dog, 1 Shake Meister dog, 1 bacon cheddar dog, and 1 smoked dog. This came out to 24 bucks. And here's what it's looking like. I wasn't really planning on unboxing this, but I will show you what's in the box. 3 things of their cheese sauce. And then we have 2 things of bacon bits and 1 thing of those cherry peppers. Oh, damn. Okay, this could be a problem. It's gonna be a little bit messier than I thought it would be. Also, we have a problem right off the bat. The Shake Meister dog was supposed to come with crispy onions. I was hoping these would all come assembled, which is another little thing. You know, usually I'm a pretty big Shake Shack stan, but yeah, so the ketchup, I can get past that, but the fact that they didn't give me the crispy onions for the Shake Shack Meister, whatever it is, that's kind of bogus, man. So I guess what we're gonna do, originally the Shack Meister or whatever had the cheese sauce and then crispy onions on top. No crispy onions. The Smoke Shack, Smoked Dog, has bacon and these cherry peppers, which, I'm really looking forward to this one. My favorite burger is probably the smoked burger. Smoke Shack? God, I'm a little bit discombobulated at the moment. So I guess what we're gonna do is just a regular plain dog, a cheese dog, a bacon cheese dog, and then the smoked dog right here, which I'm okay with, but a little bit frustrated. Especially because, it's gonna make a huge mess. But whatever. I'm not gonna eat this one plain. I am going to put mustard on it. My stomach's rumbling. I haven't had a good hot dog in a while. I think last time was New York, and I think before that it was probably Chicago. Maybe I should have shown you how they do the dogs here. They split them down the middle, kind of butterfly that, throw it on the flat top. We have a nice little buttered potato bun, super soft. I do like that. So this one's a mustard. I like a lot of mustard. Big mustard guy. Going in. I'm a big fan of hot dogs. Always have been since I was a wee lad. There's actually a few month period, or a few year period I would say, where I relied heavily on hot dogs for sustenance. Back in my day. And that's as solid as you can get. It's super classic. I love the soft bun with a nice little buttery touch. Simple, plain. I don't need relish. I don't need onions. You know, they're all good additions, but at the end of the day, man, just give me one of these and I'll be happy. Now, I do also love a good cheese dog, and I do like the accoutrement that you can throw on some hot dogs as well. I don't know if that's the right word, but let's try this cheese dog. So yeah, this is something new that I've never had. I mean, I guess you could have just ordered a side of the cheese sauce. Can't really see much here, and throw it together like this, but yeah, first time. Going in. Yo. Absolutely scrumptious. The cheese sauce at Shake Shack, let me just tell you, it's nice, alright? It's mighty fun. I've always liked it. I've always liked on the fries. And I was looking into it, actually, about 2 minutes ago. And I realized why. So they actually released their cheese sauce recipe. And let me break it down for you real quick. It has 2 cups of American cheese. I forgot to get a thumbnail, god dang it. 2 cups American cheese, 2 cups cheddar cheese, Canola oil, white wine vinegar, jalapeno slices, onions, salt, whole peppercorns, heavy cream, white wine. I'm not sure how they do the exact process of blending everything together. But there's nothing on there that I can't pronounce. You know, I know all of those things, which I like about it. And you can taste it. You can really taste that in there. The quality. So yeah, 2 for 2 so far. Both of them mighty fine. I feel like this is only just gonna take it up to the next level. Nice little crispy bacon bits in there. Get a little bit of a better distribution. Yeah. No chili cheese dog option, which would have been nice to see, but whatever. Come on, man. Shake Shack just does something to me. It does something for me every single time. Whether it's their dogs, their burgers, their fries. You know, I see some people hating on their fries. I like them. Their chicken sandwiches are always on point. Yeah, dude. These might be the best dang dogs I ever had in my life. In my damn life, man. What in tarnation, bro? Baking out in that nice little crispy. There's just little crispy bits in there. It works really well to kind of, you know, the cheese sauce is so rich. And adding a little bit of something else to jump out and contrast with that is really nice. And I think this one might even do a little bit of a better job. This is the ultimate one right here. Again, damn shame I couldn't get my Shakemeister, whatever. The one with the onion, fried crispy onions. But yeah, this is, dude, I love these peppers, man. Oh, man. Wow. Such a tart bite. It goes so well with the savory. Contrasts it so well. It's just, yeah. God, I don't really know what to say. Here's what I'll say. These are some damn mighty fine glizzies. The hell is a glizzy, man? Who says that? Who's saying that these days? That one crept up on me. I didn't, dude. I'm getting. It's so cliche to be saying like, "Oh, I'm getting old. I'm getting old." Everyone's getting old, all right. But I'm getting old because these new words I can't keep up with them, and that's when and like the new music, can't vibe with it, and it's like everything that my parents would say when I was growing up. I don't have kids, but I'm thinking like, if I did, I would just be in a world of confusion. Glizzy Gladiator. What the the frick is a Glizzy Gladiator, man? I don't know about him. And it's not like if there's a new word that drops, like some new slang. By the way, New Slang by the Shins. Great song, highly recommend it. But yeah, new slang, I don't really have a problem with it. It's just the words themselves irritate me a little bit. I know, I'm pretty sure, well, I looked into it right before this video. I think glizzy used to mean Glock, like the gun. Can I say that word on YouTube? I don't know. Like, okay. And now all of a sudden I'm just hearing about these glizzies for to use instead of hot dog. I mean, to be fair, hot dog does need a new nickname or like a new way to call it besides just a hot dog. I guess you could just call it a dog, but that could get confusing. But not glizzy, man. What the hell is it? What the hell? Don't like it. I'm gonna be that old guy on the porch in this episode, I think. Just eating delicious food while being angry. Proof that it's possible. You know the old saying. I don't know if it's an old saying. Maybe I just made it up. But you can't really be angry while you're eating delicious food. But I can. Let me do a little quick search on Chat GPT real quick. Let's see, Gen Z and Gen A slang. Those Gen A's, man. Dude, I've never interacted with a Gen A. I have one time actually. I don't know if I can tell this story, but I can. I just will leave out names. I have a friend who's not from this country, and she has a son who was about, I want to say, like, he's Gen A, right? Gen Alpha. And the first thing he starts saying, and he, like, English is not his first language, but he starts dropping skibbity on me. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Little guy. He's like 5 years old or something. Well, let's see. Let's see what we got. Gen Z slang. We have a whole little list here. Bet. I don't think that's Gen Z slang. I've been saying that since high school. People have been saying that since I was in like middle school. Bet. I'm 34, by the way, born in 1990. Classic millennial. Yeah, millennials were using bet, at least where I'm from, for decades. No cap. Yeah, that's new. No cap. Yeah. Slaps. I think we've been using slaps too. We've been using slaps. That slaps. Maybe not as much these days. But yeah. Now I was using slaps back in the day. I feel like Riz. That's a new one. Riz. Don't mind that one actually, because it's just kind of part of the word charisma, I believe. Right? That's what it is. And I'm for shortening words. I'm all for that. I do it all the time. I just like to do it because it's like, why use more words when fewer words do trick? You know what I mean? But everyone's been doing this. And think about the word like delish. Like that's an old timey word, delish. They just shortened it from delicious. You know what I mean? It's just part of the process, I think. So Riz, I get it. Mid, yeah. So that's kind of newish, I guess. When I was younger, we used mids as like mids when you're getting green. You know what I mean? Not the Reggie, not the regs, but like the 10 per, if you know what I'm saying. That's what we would call mids. Sus. Yeah, see, sus is alright. Sus. I just used it in this video actually. Already. Bussin'. Yeah. What is that? Like a bus boy? It means really good. Often food, they say. So maybe I should start dropping that. I don't know. And these are still in the Gen Z slang. Sheesh? Dude, I was using cheese at like 5 years old, bro. Ratio. More replies / likes in the original post. L take ratio. I honestly don't even understand that one. I'm dead. Something is really funny. And you say, I'm dead. I've heard that one. That's kind of intuitive to me. I'm dead, but I think that's just a variation. I'm like, people been saying like I'm dying of laughter here for a while now. You know what I mean? So that's nothing too crazy to me. Now that was their list, ChatGPT's list of Gen Z slang. I'm sure there's more, but let's look at the Gen Alpha slang. Born from 2013 to 2025. Gen Alpha slang is still evolving, often rooted in TikTok, Roblox, YouTube, and gaming culture. So I guess I'm part of the issue here. Freaking Roblox, so that's wild. Skibbity. First one is skibbity. What does it mean? Random or meme term for viral videos? See, when do you use it though? Man, I remember, I'm so old that I remember when memes first started becoming memes, and no one knew how to pronounce it. We call them like memes. Gyat. Admiration for Curve's body used comedically. She got that gyat. Where's that from? I don't know. NPC. I've heard people, I've heard people say that. Pretty self-explanatory. Not a bad one. I think can be overused because like you're literally an NPC to them. All right, so yeah, unless you're trying to get that main character riz, that's and then you're just out there like, hey, I'm the main character. I mean, everyone is in their own head. You know what I mean? Goofy Goofy AHH. What's that? Just like goofy? Silly / stupid. Well, we used to use goofy, That's goofy. You goofy is basically what we'd say. But goofy their example is that's a goofy fit. I'm thinking about it. Maybe it's like goofy like you don't want to say goofy ass fit. It's like goofy or goofy I don't know, dude. I have no idea on that one. Ohio, meme referring to absurd or cursed things. Wow. Cursed things. I didn't know there were that many cursed things out there these days. There's a lot of absurd things though. In Ohio, I've been there. I got just like extended family out there. I guess it kind of makes sense. I've never heard anyone say they're going to Cleveland for vacation. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah. I kind of like it actually. The more I think about it, the more I like that one. Ohio. Only in Ohio emoji is their example. I don't know. Is that how you use it? Like only in Ohio? I feel like it would be better. Like, man, that's Ohio. That's just Ohio. You know what I mean? Just like dissing the whole population of Ohio. I like it. Phantom tax. Taking something from someone without asking. Phantom tax? Is that supposed to be like phantom tax? Dude, I don't. W/L when law. Okay, that's a W. That's a W. That's a dub. Yeah, that's all right. On God, dude, I feel like I hear this one just like. Nah. I hear this one. On God. And that's like strong emphasis on truth. Yeah, it's like no lie. You know what I mean? I swear. It's like I swear on my life. I swear on my family. That's what we used to say. I swear it. And the last one on the Gen A list is Sigma. Cool or alpha male behavior, often ironically. Sigma grind set. Okay. And that's the end of the list. I don't really know what to think about a lot of those. Sigma, I did hear like there's like a sigma male, like a they got like alpha males and beta males and sigma males. Whatever, dude. Um, yeah. Well, here's what I will say. Millennials, I think that as a millennial myself, I might be a little bit biased here, but I think we have the best generation. At least the ones that were born around 1990ish. The ones who grew up without internet or internet as we know it now, with like dial-up and whatnot. And so it's basically unusable because your mom's always got to take a call. So it's like you can't be hogging the phone connection. So yeah, we would never be on the internet. Didn't have smartphones. I didn't get my first flip phone until I was 15. But my whole point is we got to experience life before and now life after. And you could say that about, boomers as well, but I think they're a little bit too old. Or even what was after boomers, like Gen X. Like not all of them, but and they have the same thing, right? They share the timeline where they grew up before internet and now they're growing up, or now, goddamn, my mind scrambled, and now they adopted it. But I think they're like late adopters. Like they can't get it, man. They'll be looking at they're sometimes when I talk to my parents, hey, no diss, but every time I talk to them, it's a struggle to get it on speakerphone. We talk once a week. Sorry, Mom, had to do it. I'm just kidding. Love you. Happy Mother's Day coming up real soon here. But what else, man? I'm rambling, but sometimes I just like talking. And it's hard to talk and eat at the same time. But basically what I'm saying is millennials might be the perfect one because one, it's kind of a cooler name than just like Gen X or Gen, Z, whatever. It's a cooler name. I guess the best name would be the greatest generation because they're the greatest. Like it's hard to beat that. But we grew up, like I said, without internet, and now we're still young enough to be able to adopt it and use it. So we're kind of living at the forefront of both worlds. And we're the last generation to be able to do that. Because after us, everyone's just growing up on it. So they don't know what it's like. And it was actually pretty boring now that I think about it. I'm just kidding. No, it was actually super fun. Like, dude, we would be outside for all hours of the night. When it's time for dinner, you'd have the classic, someone's parents are playing with the neighborhood's kids, and they go out the side door and just start yelling as loud as they can, just yelling until you hear them like, God damn, I gotta go home. But you're into something fun, man. Probably having like stick wars or something, and you're like, I gotta finish this, whatever you're doing. I used to make a lot of bow and arrows at home, but and so they're shouting. Those parents, they're shouting for like 10 minutes straight, and then you get, yeah. I think the punishments were a little bit harsher back then. Not like they were for previous generations, but I think I've rambled enough for this video. So, hot dogs, mighty fine. Best damn hot dogs I ever had in my damn life, I would say. And I could go for some more, but these are pretty expensive and pretty high in calories, I believe. So, I'm just getting out of here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.